Good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike. It is Thursday, the 17th of April. This is our weekly recap. Why? Because markets are closed on Friday for Good Friday. Wishing everybody who celebrates Easter a very happy Easter weekend. For those who don't, enjoy the 3 days off. I'm sure most of us could enjoy a day out of this market. If you want to join us in our trading room, please come over to smartoptiontrading.com and click on live trading alerts. I'll leave a link in the description below. Let's chat about this week because it has not been an easy week here at all. We're still trading inside last Wednesday's big candle. We gapped up on Monday. We pushed up into the area of the 21 day, although never got there. Rejected, came down. Same thing kind of on Tuesday, couldn't get it. Then we gapped down on Wednesday. This is not a real candle. We never got above 535.11. So we gapped down, leaving people trapped up there. Yesterday went down, bounced in, failed today at the 8 day, and we're just sitting here in a very tight range candle. Notice volume has dried up. This market's looking, we talked about this yesterday. This market's looking for some good news, is struggling to find it. The headlines out of the White House have been nonstop since well before the market opened around 5 o'clock this morning. President was, I'm not tweeting, but he was on Truth Social, whatever. I don't know what they refer to that as. But, very active, and it's been a very active day, and I'm sure we could all use a little bit of a break. Bottom line is we need to see a deal, but no deals have materialized. Every day we hear we're close. Everybody wants to talk to us. I don't know if I want to get a deal done, but no deals are getting done. The market and him, the administration, everybody needs a win here at this point. Adding to this volatility, Trump is threatening to fire Powell. That was a given after yesterday's speech at the Economic Club in Chicago, and adding a little bit more volatility into this mess. All right. So let's talk about what else is going on, look around, and not the easiest. We've traded a lot less than last week. It's been very choppy action overall, more difficult. Bottom line, the Qs look identical. The IWM had a nice little bounce, I have to admit, but didn't go anywhere. The financials, we have all the big earnings have reported, and they really didn't go anywhere, and they're rolling back downward, although they did get above Wednesday's high. Specifically, JP Morgan tried for a bit, and Goldman was up there. Wells Fargo, I think, also. No, not so much. You get the idea. Energy's had a nice little couple day bounce, but I'm not sure why, but it's having a nice little bounce. The VIX here remains weaker, but still at that 30 level. Bonds have rolled back over. That is not what we want to see. We want to keep an eye on that. The Dow itself also underneath the 8 day trap there, not even as strong, can't get close to the 21 day. The semis, we've had a lot of news this week with the semis, and we had ASML report, and their guidance was a very mixed bag, cautious. Taiwan Semi had a good report. It didn't matter. NVDA got hit with a $5.5 billion charge from the United States for the right to sell their AI, their China-made AI chips to China. That is going to represent about a quarter of their revenue to China last year and about a 15% margin hit. Intel, AMD, Avgo will all face similar type of charges, maybe not as big, to sell their stuff into China as well. So the SMHs remain under pressure. NVIDIA, big gap down yesterday, couldn't even try to bounce today. AMD, similar. Taiwan Semi, which believe it or not, missed on revenue somehow, but beat on EPS and guided up for the year. Nothing going on there either. Costco, in some of your remains very strong, trying to break out that gap looming up there at 1,242. We'll keep our eye on that. Walmart coming back up. These names remain strong. Crypto names, Bitcoin holding firm. Coin is strong today, still needs to clear that 21 day. MSTR tried to break out a couple times here above 320 this week, still hasn't been able to do it. And then big cap tech as we go into earnings next week. And let's face it, I think we have Microsoft next week, Intel, Tesla next week. It's a big week. I think Google's now reporting next week as well. Microsoft remains weak, although it did get above Wednesday's high. Amazon remains extremely weak. Meta remains weaker than any of them, below the Wednesday's low there. Tesla just doing nothing here, generally drifting down, can't get above the 21 day. Apple, tried to go and had a nice pop and push up on the extent on the phones. Will open up on Sunday with the phones being exempt from tariffs, but they're not, and it's unclear what they are. And you guys get the idea. Kind of things remain a mess. You know, Traded judiciously this week. Traded TQQQs. We traded some Apple on Sunday night. GM gave a nice trade. Bull, Palantir gave some trades along the way. Crowd also continues to hold, trying to break out. You have Webull, which the new IPO doing what those new IPOs did, but also coming back down as it should. It's just not an easy week. It was not an easy week to negotiate. And hopefully next week we get some better action. We could just use some quiet. I mean, that's really all the market needs. It needs a win and some quiet. Quiet would be wonderful. Everybody have a great weekend. Happy Easter to you and your families. I'll catch you guys in the room on Monday morning. I'll do a video on Sunday, maybe a few charts.